Peace family, welcome back to the page. If this is your first time viewing me, I am No Friend Bo, spiritual coach, spiritual guru, mentor, brother, friend, anything that you might need to, get through this spiritual war that we are currently in. If you're a returning subscriber, appreciate you for returning. We are on the way, road to 500 subscribers. Just so the message can spread. Basically, the more people that we have joining the family, the more chosen ones we can reach. And that comes with all the likes, the comments, and the subscribes. Open up correctly. Peace to all the gods and goddesses of the planet. Peace to all the kings and the queens. Peace to all the princes and the princesses. Today, I come to you with a message from the Most High. How bad do you want the things that you say that you want? And are you willing to really chase the dreams that you really want? Are you ready to really put in the work? And no matter the the distractions and all the detours that you might have to go through in order to receive your blessings, is you willing to go through these things? Because the tests come before it all. The Most High always put you to a test before He give you the things that He already promised you, but you still have to go through these tests. I come to you with a message from the Bible, the story of Joseph. Now, Joseph was a chosen one, of course. He was not so much a black sheep, but he was a dreamer. And he was one of the people that was always protected by the Most High. He was the youngest of his 11 brothers, 12 brothers. He was the youngest. And his father loved him the most because, of course, he was the youngest. And it's just how it is. The youngest, they get blessed. They already, the father was already established. And so he get to spend the most time with him, show him the most love. So, of course. So, with him being the most loved in the family, he was hated. He was outcasted. His brothers did not like that he was the chosen one, or he was the most liked by his father, the most blessed. His father gave him a garment of many colors. And so his brothers plotted against him. He told his brothers, y'all one day gonna bow down to me. And they didn't believe it. So one day they was out hunting, doing what they gotta do, taking care of the herd. They were shepherds, so they was taking care of the sheep and taking care of the land. So his brothers sold him to basically he ended up in Egypt because his brother sold him off, and then he got sold to the Egyptians, and he was Hebrew. So it just goes to show how much you got to go through to receive the things that you are already going to be blessed, and just have faith in the Most High. Know that what's meant for you going to always be yours no matter what. So he told his brothers, one day y'all going to bow down to me and y'all going to serve me. And they didn't want to do that. So they thought that they could sell him off and, try to take his destiny from him. I guess none of them really had no dreams. They didn't really have these dreams. So the dreams that you have, you might let other people know. And they might try to detour your dreams. They might try to, get in the way of your dreams. So his brothers, like I said, they sold him off. He ended up going to Egypt. Automatically, he got sold to one of the pharaohs, not the pharaoh himself, but one of the pharaoh gatekeepers. So he was real loyal. I could tell he was loyal because because he was taking care of the house. So one of the wife of the person he got sold to was always trying to have, relations with him. She was always trying to get to him, trying to provoke him to do things with her. He wasn't going. So he ended up leaving his robe one day. It's just so happened I got my shirt off today. It's kind of hot in here, just gonna be real. So he didn't want to do it. So the lady lied on him. He ended up, all these detours he had to go through. So he ended up going to prison. They ended up putting him in jail. And he was the most trusted because he was anointed by the Most High. So him being anointed, no matter where he go, he gonna always be blessed and he gonna have abundance because he walking with the Most High with him. So she lied on him, said that he tried to have sex with her, forced sex on her, things of that sort. So he ended up getting locked up. Even when he got locked up, the warden liked him, so he was the most high in the prison. So some of the pharaohs, he ended up being a dream interpreter, because in order to be a dream interpreter, you have to actually have dreams and be able to interpret your own dreams first. And since he was a dreamer, you know, he could interpret other people's dreams, of course. So he ended up interpreting two of some of the pharaohs, people who had got thrown in prison. One of them, he let him know he was going to be back in the pharaoh's good grace. The other one, he let him know he's going to be hanging from a tree, because he interpreted both of their dreams. So the one who got to make it back, he was correct on both stories. So the one who made it back into the pharaoh's good grace forgot about it. Of course, you know how they go. Help people out and they forget about you, things of that sort. 6:11 on the clock. So ended up being like, I think they said 3 years later. Of course, Joseph's still in jail. So then the pharaoh had a dream and he wanted his dream interpreted. Then the one who got, I think he was the cup holder for the pharaoh. So he ended up being like, oh yeah, I remember this one dude up in jail. He helped me interpret my dream, and he was right. So like the pharaoh, like, go get him then. I need him to interpret my dream. So the pharaoh had a dream that it was 7 fat cows got ate up by 7 skinny cows, and then 7 plump flowers got ate up by 7 skinny flowers. He ended up telling them, oh, this just means that you're going to have 7 good years and then 7 bad years. So you want to save up during them 7 good years so that when the 7 bad years come, you could be good. 7 on the clock. I'm cold with it, bro. I'm cold with it. So, and this message coming straight from the Most High. So the pharaoh liked what he heard, and he made Joseph one of the top people in Egypt. Next to his command, or right under his command, was Joseph. So right under his command was Joseph. So during the 7 years, he told me it's going to be 7 years of prosperity, 7 years of famine. So during these 7 years, during the 7 years of prosperity, Joseph was going around the kingdom, saving up for these 7 years of famine that was coming. Just what happened after the 7 years good, it was 7 bad years. And then during those 7 bad years, ended up not just being Egypt that was going to go through the famine, but the whole world went through the famine. Meaning that nothing would grow. You couldn't really get nothing from the land. So everybody had to come to Egypt, because Egypt was saving up during this time. But that's only because Joseph was able to see this message. Now, if he wouldn't have been able to interpret this message, the world might have ended. To be honest, because everybody was coming to Egypt for the stuff. But he went at the right place at the right time. You feel me? So his brothers ended up having to come to him, because, like I said, it was all over the whole world. So they had to go from the Canaanites and had to come to Egypt to get these, to get the supplies and food that they would need. Just so happened, Joseph was the top person, and anybody who wanted food had to go through him to get food. So his brothers ended up coming to him, and they had he already knew who they was. They didn't recognize him because he had bossed up. The last time they seen him, they had took all his clothes. His dad gave him a robe of many colors. They took it from him, ripped it up, put blood on it, told his dad, Jacob, which is Israel, that something had ate him up. A beast had devoured him, which it did. That he got in the belly of the beast. They put him in a pit. He had to go through that dark night of the soul. He had to go through it. So, but anywhere you go, it's always going to be somebody lower than you. It's always going to be something, lower than you, of course. So, always blessed, of course, at all times. So they came to him, asking him for the food and things of that sort. He ended up, telling him what happened to your brother. And, he wanted to get to the bottom of it and everything. He ended up forgiving his brothers. But they ended up having to bow down to him. He told his dad, he told them all, he was like, Y'all gonna have to bow down to me. He said that dream he had, he was like, the sun, the moon, and it was 12 stars bowed down to me. So nobody really, they ain't believe it. They ain't want to believe it. Because everybody want to be the chosen one. But don't nobody want to go to that prison. And don't nobody want to be in the pit. Don't nobody want to do these things that Joseph had to go to become the ultimate. Because if he didn't go through that, he wouldn't have been where he, in the story at all. So, of course, when he interpreted the Pharaoh's dream, that the Pharaoh gave him gold and jewelry, because that's what the Egyptians was on at the time. Still on to this day. Moral of the story, no matter what, always believe in your dreams. You dig? Don't let nothing really detour you from. And even if they try to detour you, always remember the dreams that you have. Because I'm quite sure that he had that dream in his mind. It was planted in his mind that where he was supposed to be. And you don't know what day it's going to come. You don't know, how it's going to happen. He didn't know that he was going to have to go through all that to fulfill that dream that he had. Only the Most High knew. The Most High was with him the whole time. Because when he tell you something, like I said, he gonna be with you. He be telling you, he like, I'm gonna walk the path with you. You never alone in this path. The Most High is always with you. And it was 7:37 on the clock. The Most High always with you. The angels gonna be always with you. So no matter what you might be going through currently, if you really want to get to that land of the milk and the honey, if you want to really be the one that can save your timeline, help your family, you're going to have to sometimes go through this black sheep moment. And nobody might see the vision. Don't nobody know what he had to go through. 3 years in prison. But he was still at the top of his game. But still, he wanted to get out that pit 3 years before that. But he had to wait. He had to be patient. He still had to do his job that he was led to do. And then he received everything he was supposed to receive. He was the richest in the land. Saved so much food that they couldn't even count it no more. And it's just being prepared for the believing in what you say, and then actually preparing for what a blessing that's gonna come. Because once that everybody needed the food, they could sell it for whatever price they want to sell it for. Because it's up to them now. So they get back way more than they probably put into it at the end of the day. And to this day, they say that a fifth of the Pharaoh still go to the Pharaoh, but the people still get to keep the land. Now, what happened after, the fact that Pharaoh dies is going to be in the next video. We're going to talk about that a little bit more in the next video. But right now, my motivation is really coming. I'm digging into this Bible because the Most High led me to it. Whatever he give you these blessings, no matter if it come in a book, a picture, a video that you might be watching right now, receiving this message, just know that you are in alignment with your next highest version. And I always receive motivation through something. You gotta have something continuously motivating you. You can't, you can come up with this stuff on top of your head, but having motivation is always good too. So with that being said, peace to all the God and goddesses of the planet. Peace to all the kings and the queens. Peace to all the princes and princesses. Until next video, Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. Stay on the path of righteousness. Don't let anybody feel like they can humiliate you. Because if you got this vision inside of you, just know that the Most High put it in you for a reason. You're the only one who can do what the Most High set out for you to do. He gave you that dream for a reason. If you want to be an astronaut, I'm telling you, keep going after it. Keep that vision of what you want to really be, and you're going to become it. So with that being said, Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. Peace to all the ancestors. Ashe.